debuted iPhone 17, along with a Pro and Pro Max version, as well as a super thin first-of-its-kind iPhone Air, no thicker than a few credit cards. Improved Apple Watches, including Ultra 3 with satellite connectivity, and AirPods Pro 3 with live translations, allowing wearers to speak with one another in differing languages. You can order your new Apple stuff today. With Fox on Tech, I'm Evan Brown, Fox News.
710 KURV. Streaming live at KURV.com. Powered by Texas Mutual Workers Compensation Insurance. A policyholder-owned company. Work safe, Texas.
The Sergio Show on News Talk 710 KURV and your station for Astros baseball. Astros tonight at 6 against the Blue Jays. Right after the drive home, big thank you to our many supporters, including Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. Big thank you to the Mission Economic Development Corporation. My dear friend Rosie Martinez back in the studio. And, man, she's hot stuff. She's like a state director now up in Austin, Texas. The new director for Coordinated Responses and Safety Strategies for the Texas Council on Family Violence. What does all that mean, Rosie?
So in a nutshell, I am the director for a special initiative that comes out of the Office of the Governor of Texas.
Okay.
That is to create domestic violence high-risk teams across the state. Currently, we have 9 sites, and I'm very happy to come back to my home and start a DVHRT here in McAllen in collaboration with Mujeres Unidas, which is our local domestic violence shelter, and the Sheriff's Office, Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office, Weslaco PD, and also the Hidalgo County Criminal District Attorney's Office. So we have different sites across the state, and this domestic violence high-risk teams focus on identifying lethal cases of family violence to try and prevent homicides. So,
wow.
Unfortunately, here in our county, we do have a high incidence of family violence homicides, intimate partner violence homicides. And that was one of the reasons that I chose this region to start this DVHRT program down here, with hopes of reducing some of that because this is preventable.
And with your decades of experience on the front lines, with the district attorney's office, that special victims unit, and other similar work that you've done, I can't think of a better person to be heading up this effort to create these teams. So describe for me the teams. How many individuals? Who's there? What do they do?
So the way that the DVHRTs work is that we're going to train law enforcement, our law enforcement partners. In this case, it's going to be the Sheriff's Office and Weslaco PD, to use a lethality assessment protocol. So we're using an evidence-based, research-based lethality assessment that has been used for more than 30 years across the nation. So we're not reinventing anything. We're just bringing down research evidence-based programs to help facilitate this.
I got to ask, how do you know? What are the signs you're looking for? What are the red flags? How do you know that in this case, that woman is in danger?
Okay, so there's several factors, or risk factors. We call them risk factors. And one of them is strangulation. When there's strangulation in family violence, that's a huge indication that this family violence incident can escalate to a possible homicide, because when somebody impedes your breath, the intention is to kill you.
Wow.
And it takes very few seconds for somebody to strangulate and, make you pass out and possibly either have brain damage or die from those injuries.
Man, good luck surviving that, because I could imagine that on a strangulation incident, if you got somebody that violent, chances are you're not going to survive even the first go around.
So what this program does is the PD will identify those risk factors. That's one of them. The other one is weapons in the home. We know that weapons in the home have a higher risk of fatalities. When these incidents occur, people are angry and, they will grab weapons and, unfortunately end up either killing the significant other or killing themselves, because we do have a lot of murder-suicides as well related to family violence.
In the home or in the truck, Rosie?
Right. And we've even had incidents where they kill them at work. in their place of work, that they'll go and look
That's
for them at work,
crazy.
kill them, and then they commit suicide. So we know that family violence is one of the most lethal crimes that we have, and unfortunately, it's also one of the crimes that injures or kills more officers in the line of duty. Responding to family violence escalates the risk because it's very volatile. Things will escalate to a point where abusers are holding hostages, they're barricaded inside homes, they're using weapons on family members or on themselves. So
Yeah.
this domestic violence high risk team will have a lethality assessment that's going to be done by law enforcement. And the purpose of that is if they do identify those risk factors, another risk factor is suicide. When the abuser has suicide ideation or has been contemplating suicide, they will commit this type of crimes and then commit suicide. Or, we even had some cases where they do suicide by cop, right? When the
Yes.
police
I
get to
dare
the
you to,
home,
yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
we know that these are risk factors that have been research proven that this will escalate to a possible homicide.
Rosie Martinez is the new director. This is state director for coordinated responses, safety strategies for the Texas Council on Family Violence. Now at the state level, trying to help out folks at the local level and create these teams, response teams, and identify the cases that are priority cases where the woman's life is likely in danger near future if she has survived some domestic violence cases. And of course, it's starting in the Valley. You told me you had also a press event coming up at Mujeres Unidas.
Right. Tomorrow, I'm sorry, on Friday, we're going to
Okay.
be hosting a press conference from Mujeres Unidas at 9:30 in the morning to announce the creation of the domestic violence
The
high
one in the
risk
Valley,
team.
the first one you're
Right.
kicking off.
The one here in Hidalgo County, and
Okay.
we're going to have the DA, Terry Palacio, speaking. We're going to have a representative from the sheriff's office. Myself will also be speaking about this initiative and, the funding and why we're doing this work. This is a legislative priority for the office of the governor. So, we know research has shown us that, these are some of the toughest cases that we're going to prosecute and that law enforcement is going to respond to. Last year, in across the state of Texas, there was 204 women killed by an intimate partner in our state, and so the statistics are there. We need to do more to prevent this type of homicides and address them before they escalate.
Just curious, and since you look at some of this data, of the 204 cases last year,
Mhm.
do you think some of the with these response units and flagging certain behavior and attack methods, you think maybe the majority could have been prevented as a result?
I don't
Or
know if the majority, but at least some could have been prevented
okay,
because there is preventable services that are offered 24/7 to save lives for women that are in family violence.
all right. Anything else before I let you go? I got about
No, it's
30
just
seconds.
getting them to that help before
Yeah.
the violence escalates is the intention of this, to make sure that those victims reach out for help and that they understand that there is no reason for somebody to be in a violent relationship because the help is there.
Yeah, so many questions that pop up. We could keep talking about this for a long time. For women that are in danger, or a woman who is in danger, real quick, who do you call? Who do you speak
For
with?
Hidalgo County, they call Mujeres Unidas. They
Okay.
have a 24-hour hotline, and they can call that hotline any day of the week, even holidays. They never close. There's always an advocate available to assist them.
Thanks for stopping by, Rosie. Call anytime. Look
Yes.
forward to seeing you again. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for all your work. The new director for coordinated responses, safety strategies, Texas Council on Family Violence, our friend Rosie Martinez. The Sergio Show this hour made possible by Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. We're coming up on 10 o'clock.